Hi everyone, welcome to the Two Girls on Oil podcast. I'm your host, Andrew the Tech Guy. Each of our podcasts focus on our love for essential oils and living a wellness lifestyle. Tonight I've got Hillary the Mama Bear in Northern Virginia and Laura the Doc here in West Texas. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's dive right in. Our first segment tonight is What's in Your Diffuser? We always tell our oilers to switch it up, keep experimenting, and not get stuck in a rut. So this segment each month hopefully encourages you to try some new things. So we want to know what your favorite blends have been this month so far and why.
Thanks, Andrew. Last month, the 3 Mother's Day oils were released, and along with that came the Sunny Citrus blend of wild orange, peppermint, and grapefruit blended with fractionated coconut oil. So the problem here is that you don't ever want to diffuse blends that have fractionated coconut oil because our diffusers are not meant to atomize a carrier oil. But what is a girl to do who wants to diffuse Sunny Citrus? I make my own, of course. So I've been diffusing wild orange, peppermint, and grapefruit as my own Sunny Citrus blend in the car, in my workspace, and all over the house. And wild orange promotes playful, generous creativity. Peppermint is the oil of a buoyant heart, and it promotes optimism and a renewed strength. And grapefruit is just so light and fun and fresh. I love it in my water, but I love especially diffusing it with this blend. So it's a perfect complement to wild orange and peppermint, which is always a favorite of mine. It's always an uplifting blend, but the grapefruit just adds a really cool dimension that I'm enjoying so much this month.
And I love that, Hillary. Thank you so much for sharing that with me because it was something that I wasn't aware of. And I'm so glad that we can share it with our oil tribe because we want to prolong our diffusers, right? We want those to last as long as possible. So thank you for that tip. That's something that I've been implementing as well. And lately, I've been watching doTERRA's Empowered Life series. And if you guys have not checked them out, you need to. They are fantastic, a wealth of information. If you Google doTERRA Empowered Life series, you're going to see all of the replays come up, and it's just a wealth of knowledge. And I was actually watching their yoga and meditation webinar, and someone mentioned diffusing wild orange and p.5 together. I tried it. This has become my new favorite blend. It is so crisp and clean. Wild orange is the oil of abundance, and p.5 is the oil of purification. So emotionally helping us to release toxic emotions and really enter into a cleansing state. Plus, I love the name that Hillary came up with this special blend, Purely Wild. Yes, you guys have got to try it. You're going to love it. And thank you for that name, Hillary. You're like our wordsmith communications expert here. And Andrew, what are you using right now? What is your favorite diffuser blend?
Yeah, so I have been trying a blend that surprised me at first. I was looking through my oil selection and was like, I want to try something new. What do I want to try? And I knew for sure I wanted to try one of the new Mother's Day oils, so I grabbed kumquat, and I was like, what's another oil I love? So I grabbed cinnamon. And let me tell you guys.
Interesting combo. I love it.
It is fantastic.
I need to try this.
Yeah, so kumquat is a very energizing oil, and it's also a great cleansing oil, which cinnamon is as well. So I love the smell of cinnamon and the cleansing benefits of it, so I threw them together, and oh my gosh, guys. It's great for purifying the air, and as well, it's great for giving a little kick when you're getting that 1 o'clock drag. This is important for me because I generally will be reading in the afternoons, so this will be helpful to my brain as it starts getting tired and just gives me a little bit of a pick-me-up, which actually leads us to our next segment. Last episode, we told our listeners that we say a lot in our community that leaders are readers. Part of being a great leader and teacher is self-development. I know that the 3 of us are readers and like to be deep in a good book. So what all have you guys been reading this month?
I have just finished reading the book How Successful People Lead by John Maxwell, and it's fantastic. Actually, I think anything by John Maxwell is really, really good. So if you haven't read any of his books, check them out. But in this book, he talks about the different phases of leadership and the qualities that a leader possesses. And I really liked his discussion on self-responsibility, which he defines as acknowledging that you are responsible for your own actions and attitudes. And here's a really great quote from the book that resonated with me. Every significant accomplishment begins with one person stepping up and committing to make a difference. If you don't take responsibility for yourself, then don't expect your life to become any different from what it is right now. Mic drop.
Total mic drop. That's like that's the baseline of everything we do.
Right? It's just amazing words of wisdom. And these can be applied to several different areas of our life, from our health to our business and so much more. We really are the product of our daily rituals and these habits. And it's through tweaking those that we change our lives. So Hillary, what are you currently reading for personal development?
Yes. And well, thank you for mentioning that, because I'm currently reading Doreen Virtue's chakra clearing book. And it's so fun. It's enlightening. It's a quick read. It's a really nice palate cleanser from some of the more serious leadership books that I was reading and I still enjoy. But so it talks about how our bodies have 7 chakras, or, just typically, as we call them, energy centers. And they can get blocked by negative energy or traumatic experiences that we have in our lives. And they can be either emotional or physical blocks that are literally affecting us in our lives from living our potential and seeing the progress that we can make in our wellness emotionally and physically. And like what Laura was saying earlier about taking responsibility, it's really important not to live in a victim mentality and blaming others for the things that we are not able to do in our own lives. So last month, every month in my private team, my private oil team, we do wellness challenges, and Laura does those too. And last month, one of the challenges that I added was to challenge my oilers to a chakra energy balancing exercise. So I shared a chart that showed each of the 7 chakra energy centers throughout the body, and then a set of oils that you can use for each one to clear that energy and just refocus you. And the chart shows where to apply the oils, and then a positive affirmation or meditation that you can repeat several times once your house is quiet for the evening, or when you can set aside just some quiet time for you. And let me give you an example. So our crown chakra is the top of our head. So I applied a drop of frankincense to the top of my head when I did this exercise, and I massaged it in. And then I took the remaining oil that I had on my hands, and I just cupped my hands over my nose and mouth and inhaled deeply and exhaled slowly 3 times. And you can do however long you want. You can make it, a 2 to 5 minute exercise or a 20 to 30 minute exercise. You can do it while you're practicing yoga or stretching, but I repeated an affirmation, and I'd like to say it out loud. For me, it works better, I find, to balance my energy when I say it out loud, but certainly you can do it, inside your head. But one of the affirmations that I would say for this was, I go beyond my limiting beliefs and accept myself totally. I honor my body as the temple that nourishes the soul. I am divinely guided and inspired. I am infinitely boundless. I am infinite and boundless. Now you can do this while meditating, like I said, or before a yoga practice, really whenever you want. And coincidence or not so much, there are 7 chakras and 7 days in the week. So maybe this can be a new self-care practice for all of our listeners out there. Maybe you can try this exercise for 1 week each night, or just for a few minutes, and see how you like it. And if you are interested in that, you can maybe let us know in the learning comments, and I'd be happy to share the graphics and the chart with you all in our 2 Curls on Oil Facebook page. But the book is really fascinating, and it talks all about how to clear each of those chakra energy centers and just really help you kind of clarify your mindset, really. So enough about that. Andrew, what have you been reading?
Thanks, Hillary. So I have been deep into a book called Communicating for Change by Andy Stanley and Lane Jones. So as we become leaders, one of the important parts is knowing how to communicate to those around you, whether it's encouraging or correcting or even just teaching. So this book is actually written towards pastors and teachers with that in mind. But I've noticed that as you read through it and learn these ideas, you can apply them to talking with new oilers about different oils and how they could benefit them in their wellness journey, and just the different ways that you can use it to teach and equip those around you and in your team. Which kind of leads us to our next segment. To be able to lead and teach, we have to know all about the doTERRA products. So let's jump into our essential oil spotlight on 2 specific doTERRA products. Tonight we're talking about cedarwood and the petal diffuser.
Thanks so much, Andrew. So cedarwood is one of my favorite oils for relaxing the mind and supporting sleep. I actually like to apply it to the bottom of my feet, especially the big toe. to help support a restful night's sleep. And I know this is one of your favorite oils, right, Andrew?
Yes, I love this oil. I cannot get enough of it.
Me neither. I cannot get enough of cedarwood. Cedarwood is even great for laundry. We love to put cedarwood on our dryer balls. It's fantastic.
It's so good. And it has a woody scent. So this is a great way to introduce guys into oils a little bit if they are not so into the floral scents. And it's very grounding. So all of the woodsier oils are very grounding. So before exercising, you could actually massage a drop or two into your chest to just help with vitality throughout your workout. It's a really nice natural bug repellent. And say you had a difficult day, diffuse some cedarwood and it's really going to help to relax and soothe the mind. If you have a little one that wakes up scared in the middle of the night, you can apply some diluted cedarwood to the bottoms of the feet and they can return to a peaceful feeling and help support them to go back to sleep. And you can also place a few drops of cedarwood on cotton balls and actually leave them in your closets, in your storage boxes, or any other areas just to keep the moths away. And emotionally, this oil really helps to transform your feelings if you're feeling alone to feeling connected and having a sense of community. And I also have to talk to you guys about doTERRA's Petal Diffuser. It's actually 10% off this month in May. So if you are in need of a new diffuser, or if you just want to get more diffusers, because who doesn't want to stock up on diffusers, right? This is the time to do it, guys. So I was actually heard that the average oiler has 6 diffusers, 6 in their home. And I know I do. They're a little addictive,
Guilty as charged.
But we want one for every room in the house. And when I first started with oils, I had one diffuser and it was following me around the house throughout the day. I was just unplugging it and moving it into whatever room I was in. And I was like, gosh, I just need to get more diffusers. So the Petal Diffuser is really nice because it's small, it's user friendly, and diffusing is going to be the best way to really help with respiratory and emotional support. And I actually feel like people can't have a true, fully understand and really grasp and use the oils in a huge way without having a diffuser. Like it really just kind of solidifies everything, and being able to diffuse the oils is just it's magical and supports you in so many ways. So this is really nice because it has a nice mist and a soft kind of white ambient light. So it's really nice for nighttime diffusion. It can help to cover 330 square feet. So it's perfect for a room or an office that you may have. It's about the size of a cereal bowl. So it's a smaller diffuser. It'll fit really nicely on your desk. And it has different settings where you can diffuse for 1 hour, 2 hours, or 4 hours. And this allows you to really customize the release of the essential oils into the air depending on what your needs are.
Now, you know what's crazy? You know how we always talk about how important it is to have leadership and support and education along your way. And when I was getting started with oils back in 2014, I had none of that. So I didn't even start diffusing for probably 2 to 3 months into my oil journey. And I look back with sadness because I wish that I had. And even though, of course, I'm loving diffusing now, but I can't imagine my oilers not enjoying the benefits of just the act of diffusing, because it's such an important layer and element and dimension to being able to enjoy the oils. And I feel like it would be such just a missed opportunity to be able to get all those benefits. So I look back on that and think, wow, I can't believe that I didn't realize, because nobody was there to teach me and I didn't know. So I just had to figure that out on my own. But I'm here now and I have an obsession with diffusers and I love them in all shapes and sizes and colors and time. And I love experimenting with all of them. So now, in addition to the Petal Diffuser, like Laura said, and in addition to cedarwood being the free oil of this month in May, doTERRA is also running an incredible promotion, you guys. They have never done this before. It's called a Share a Drop promotion. And anytime during the month of May, when you enroll a friend with a starter kit or 100 PV, which is just product value of oils, both you and your new enroller, your new oiler, will receive $50 in points to spend on whatever doTERRA products they want. This is so super generous. It's like mic drop. And it got me thinking how incredible a kit of oils would be at the end of the year for a teacher gift or a graduation gift. And think about how incredible your adulthood would be if you had started with your oil journey at 18, because that's how old you have to be to have your own, your own wellness advocate account or your own wholesale account. And you could keep your dorm room clean and germ free and stinky from all the whatever is going on in there. Sweaty gym socks house and stuff and not doing laundry often enough, of course. It would be great for a wedding gift or a baby shower gift, a housewarming gift.
Yes, we have
You
a
can
wedding coming up.
Yes. And it's really great because you're giving that gift of someone. They have a whole year of access to the membership. So they can get started with the oils and you can work together or just surprise them. But you can use these extra points to add to your collection. And when your friend enrolls, they can enjoy the diffusers at a discount too for the rest of the month because they'll have their access to the account and they can use their 50 product credits to purchase a couple diffusers. So even if the kit that you get them doesn't come with a diffuser, like let's say you get them the Family Essentials kit, they can go ahead and get the diffuser on their own with those 50 PV credits extra and still have left over for maybe a bottle of lemon or something else. But it's just a really great gift, and you can use these points however you want. And the points actually come 1 week after that you enroll them, or that they enroll themselves. So that's really a quick turnaround. A lot of times, like when they do the New Year, New You promotion, you have to wait until the following month. So I think this is super, super generous of doTERRA, getting everyone ready for the summer months. And speaking of summer months and school ending, I know what that means for us. That means mermaid time. And we love spending time in our afternoons and evenings at the pool, at the splash pad. And if we had a beach nearby, we'd definitely be there too, but also playgrounds and parks. And they are definitely the place to be when the weather warms up, whether you're in the water or outdoors enjoying the weather with friends. But we need to be sure that we are staying protected from the sun. And sunscreen is a major offender with endocrine disruptors and nasty chemicals. So I wanted to be sure that you all have a great recommendation this time of year. And I've mentioned this before in my oil groups and on Periscope, but 2 ingredients that I want you to be super duper sure that you're kicking to the curb this year in your sunblock and becoming a label reading gangster are oxybenzone and retinol palmitate. So these 2 ingredients, oxybenzone and retinol palmitate, are endocrine disruptors, and they will not protect you from the sun. They're preservatives. They will affect your hormonal balance and the way your filter organs are functioning. So no to the no to the no, 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 you guys. But on the bright side, the 2 ingredients you want to be sure that you see on the label in as high of a concentration as possible are zinc oxide and titanium oxide. And Badger is a brand that gets my #1 Lamazing stamp of approval. The Badger brand actually has 18.75% of non-nano uncoated zinc oxide. And you can purchase it on Amazon or your local vitamin shop. And it's just a fantastic product. You can get it in the regular typical tube, or you can also get it in a little face stick, which is great for your ears, your nose, your forehead and cheeks and things like that, especially if you have little ones. So now, Laura, enough about the sunscreen, but what should our listeners know about sun exposure and how they can really be prepared with their oils on the go as their schedules open up and as people are hitting the road this summer?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Hillary. So consider testing yourself for your vitamin D levels and seeing what they are, and retesting in 4 to 6 weeks to see if you're actually absorbing what you're taking, either orally or when you're being out in the sun and getting that exposure, and make sure that your numbers are increasing, that we're moving in the right direction. So vitamin D is actually a fat-soluble vitamin. So again, I really encourage people to test and know what your levels are, because it can become toxic at really, really high levels. However, most people are deficient and they actually have really low levels. So again, it's so important to get tested, know what your baseline levels are, and also try to get out in the sun from around 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. with your sun exposed, especially the abdomen, or especially the areas that don't get a lot of sun exposure usually, for about 20 minutes once a day. And this can also really help to boost your levels. So I recommend 20 minutes, just getting some nice sun exposure on your skin, and then be sure to use your sunscreen like Hillary was talking about to protect yourself when you're out in the sun and having fun. And just as a side note, I also really love how the Lifelong Vitality Pack has 200% of the daily value of vitamin D3 to really support optimal levels. Because again, I cannot tell you how many private health coaching clients I have that come to me and they check their levels and they're super low. And when we start to supplement in a safe and appropriate way, they start to feel better. And also, speaking of school ending and graduations and summer approaching, we're just going into this really exciting time of traveling. I wanted to also give you guys a few tips and tricks for taking your oils with you on the go. I love using doTERRA's keychains to take the smaller drams of my favorite oils with me. I also always travel with a diffuser. See, we're addicted to diffusers.
Addicted. We need shirts that say that. Hashtag addicted to diffusing.
Yes, we do. We're doing it. We have so many t-shirt ideas, guys. Yeah. Okay. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll have a little Two Curls on Oil store for you guys where you can get some really fun shirts. That could be fun. But we usually take a travel diffuser for the car. If on road trips, if you're one of those people that get car sick or don't do well as a passenger, this is a great option. And I also will have a larger diffuser to take with me to have on hand if we're in a hotel or if we're flying. Aroma Tools, love Aroma Tools. They have some amazing travel cases and they look like a little CD holder and they'll actually fit around 64 grams of oil and you can get more depending on the size. And so I actually have all of my oils on hand in a small convenient holder in the little case, just in case, because you want to be prepared for anything. You don't know what may come up. We were at a family reunion and Mark had got a big gash on his face that was bleeding and I had helichrysum to support him. It's just nice to be ready for anything and it gives me peace of mind to have all of my oils on hand. And guys, you can totally fly with your oils. Just make sure you bring your 1 quart bag, your clear bag, place your oils in the bag when going through security. I've never had an issue with taking oils on the plane with me before. I think we just need to debunk that myth right now. And a few things that I always have hand on with me when I'm traveling is I make a hand cleaner spray. And I just recycle my empty On Guard bottles with filling them up with some water and adding a spray top from either Aroma Tools or Share Oils. We love you guys. We just make it into a mini spray bottle. So it's a great way to upcycle your empty bottles. And there's also a ton of On Guard essential oil still left in that bottle. So let's use it all up, every last drop. And I also always have the peppermint and On Guard beadlets with me because you never know. It's a nice natural breath freshener, but also say you get an upset tummy, take some On Guard beadlets. Say you want to boost your immune system a little bit when you're traveling, take some of the On Guard ones, peppermint for upset tummy. It's just great. They're just really nice to have on hand. I also take some deep blue samples with me or the deep blue roller just in case. You never know when you're going to have some aches or discomfort or pain pop up when you're traveling. And for head and neck tension, I always have past tense on hand. This is one of my favorite blends. And in my keychain that I mentioned, I have TerraShield because you never know when you need bug spray, lavender because that just comes in hand for so many things, frankincense, bergamot, Breathe, On Guard, Elevation, and Lemon. These are my go-tos. These are oils that I use all the time, so I like to have on hand. And I don't know about you guys, but I am a chapstick fanatic. I have to have chapstick with me wherever I go. Yes. So I've got to have my doTERRA herbal lip balm on hand. All of them are good, but I'm just partial to the herbal one. It is my favorite.
I love the herbal. It's cooling, it's soothing, it's amazing. They're all great.
They are indeed. So thanks, Doc. Now, Hillary, what are we giving away this month for our Two Curls on Oil giveaway?
Thank you, Andrew. Yes, sharing is caring, and we love teaming up every month with our favorite vendors and companies. And this month's giveaway is a sunscreen bundle. So 1 tube of the Badger sunscreen packed with zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, none of the nasty endocrine disruptors that I mentioned earlier, and a simple to apply Badger sunscreen face stick for getting your face and ears and to make sure your precious little ones' nooks and crannies are covered from the sun too. And the Badger is the active brand, and it's the unscented broad spectrum SPF 30. It's water resistant for 40 minutes. It covers you for UVA and UVB. It's biodegradable, 100% certified organic, and it's fantastic. I love the stuff to pieces, and of course the face stick as well. It's just great to have both of these handy, and you're gonna love these. And you just simply apply them, before you're going to be exposed. Maybe give yourself a little bit of time. I don't recommend putting sunscreen on while you're already outside. I would recommend you try to be a little bit prepared. And if you're going to be heading out, maybe give yourself a few minutes in advance to make sure that you're in the, indoors so you can see and make sure that all of your skin is covered.
Absolutely. Now, how do people enter to win this month's giveaway?
It's super duper simple. All you need to do to enter is post a learning comment in the thread of this podcast on our Two Curls and Oil Facebook page, and a winner will be selected 5 business days after the podcast airs. So something you learned, something you enjoyed, something you found informative, anything that you want to share about your oil journey as it relates to maybe something that we mentioned in tonight's podcast. But the specific date will be posted on the thread as well.
All right. Thanks, ladies. Don't forget to join in the conversation right along with us. This is an interactive community, so don't be shy. Post questions for us, send us a private message with suggestions or ideas for future podcasts or anything at all. All right, any other announcements before we close?
Thanks, Andrew. I've got my weekly Throw It Out Thursday Night Periscopes continuing essential oil education series, and we meet there together every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And we're almost done with my 8-week pregnancy, birth, and babies series, helping everyone in our wellness community just share this information with those in their lives that this information can benefit. So whether you're pregnant or you're done with that phase of your life, these tips and demos and practical little tippers that I'm sharing are just practical for really anyone. So I'm also doing weekly giveaways with tons of coupon codes to share. So if you can spoil all of your friends at those baby showers and all those really great events for friends and family coming up this spring and summer, we'd love to see you there on Periscope and just provide you some fun and simple ways to enjoy your oils, get the kids involved, and kick those nasty chemicals to the curb. And if the 8:30 p.m. Eastern timeframe doesn't work for you, you can always watch anything you may have missed on my YouTube archive, and just be sure you're subscribed there as well. And Laura, what about you?
Yeah, so the replay for my Essential Oils for Sleep class is up in my education Facebook group, Dr. Laura's Essential Oil Education. So you can just search keywords there on Facebook and find it. We'll add you into the group. And this replay is going to be up until Wednesday, May 10th. So be sure to check it out at your convenience before it's gone. And I will be teaching an I Am Fabulous virtual class on essential oils and emotional well-being in the same group. So make sure that you join in before these classes start so you can be there for all of the information, or you can catch the replay of the sleep class and watch the upcoming monthly classes. Also stay tuned for more health and self-care tips on my coaching page, which is facebook.com/Dr. Laura Ritchie. If anyone's interested in my virtual private health coaching services, please also check out my website at lauraritchie.vpweb.com. And I have to make an announcement here. Our tech guy, Andrew, is getting married this month. Oh my gosh. Woo-woo. So this is so exciting. When we come back next month, Andrew's going to be a married guy. He's going to be officially a husband. Damn. Yes, married man. We're going to be officially family. He's going to be officially my brother-in-law. No more future brother-in-law.
Yeah, no more future.
So we are so excited for you. So that could be part of your comment too. Give Andrew a shout out. We are so excited and thrilled for you, Andrew.
Thanks, guys. All right. And lastly, I have my official Anointed Essential Oils Facebook page. So feel free to like and join in the conversation there at facebook.com/AEOils. And I'll post weekly product information videos. Right now we're working our way through the single oils, and then we'll dive into the blends. So like the page so you can be notified about when videos upload, and you can even comment ideas for future topics for me to cover. All right, folks, I think that wraps up our latest installment of this Two Curls on Oil podcast. For more information, please send us a message on Facebook, keywords Two Curls on Oil, and be sure to post your learning comments in the podcast thread for entry into our giveaway.
Bye.